guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here yet again, I'm afraid, with another one of my digital creations. So this one is it's like the butterfly blue and the papillon green kits and things, in that it's for sale in two separate pieces. You've got your background pages as one purchase, and then your ephemera pieces as a separate purchase. So they're kind of slightly smaller than my massive kits, and they're for sale separately. So you can just buy the ephemera pieces, or you can just buy the you know, background pages, and obviously then it works out quite cost effective. And even if you bought the, you know, the two things, it's still cheaper than one of the bigger kits, and I think you still get plenty of things to work with. So it is called Paris Gallery. I will show you the ephemera pieces, I think, first today. So I can't remember now how many pieces there were in this. I'm trying to actually recall. It may have been 50, but please don't quote me on that. Obviously it's in my Etsy shop, and the actual details are listed there as to how many pieces that there are in this ephemera piece kit. But they're basically all downloadable in a PDF file, so nice and simple for everybody, you know, kind of nice and easy to work with. You just literally download the PDF, and then you can print it as much as you like. And you can print, you know, individual pages rather than the entire, you know, file. And obviously with all my digitals, they are all absolutely fine to use in all your products for sale. I just ask that you don't actually sell the digital files themselves, or just the printed copies like this. But by all means, you know, use them for all of your items that you create and sell. So that's all the boring blurb out the way. So the actual kit itself, Paris Gallery it's called. Obviously it's all things Parisian, really beautiful images, and it's in these beautiful muted kind of like greys and beige and ivories, just really nice tones to this kit. And obviously you've got a variety of sizes of items, so you've got your smaller pieces and kind of larger pieces as well. So that's the first page of the ephemera. Then you've got this page here. You've got this piece here that says this journal belongs to. You've got some words, beauty and inspired, and obviously more kind of Parisian images there. The Opera House, I think that is, and obviously the Arc de Triomphe, and obviously the Notre Dame and the Eiffel Tower. So that's that. Then you've got here more journaling cards. You've got a banner. You've got some tickets, you know, double tickets, and some other smaller single tickets. You've got another one of these gorgeous images that, you know, you can just fussy cut around that and use that in its entirety. And then you've got more journaling cards there. And then the final page of the ephemera pieces, you have got a couple of large tags. Then I've got, or I've given you a shrunken version of a tag. You've got a couple of round pieces here to use as tags or as decorative items. Little kind of journaling piece here, or decorative piece, and some more words here. And then you've got this piece here, which merely a suggestion. I've kind of done it like a booklet. So you've got a definite kind of like seam or kind of spine there, where it could be folded. So you would obviously cut it all out and fold it in half to use it as a kind of booklet. That's just a suggestion. Obviously you could just cut it and use it as just two kind of journaling cards. You know, you could make your own journaling card out of some of the pieces. So that's the ephemera part. And then the main body of the kit, actually I'll show you the reverse, because then I can show you my collage page last. So I've got this page here, which kind of in the style of a collage page, but not quite, if you see what I mean, because it is actually a page with just a couple of items kind of overlaid, but, you know, really pretty. Then you've got this one. So again, you know, all the nice similar shades, you know, so hopefully they all kind of just really tone and coordinate really beautifully when put together. Then you've got this one here. Then you've got this one here. I mean, don't you just think Parisian architecture is just beautiful? I mean, it's such a beautiful city. I just, you know, wow. I mean, we talked before about the Notre Dame and kind of, you know, the images of it kind of ablaze and, you know, how sad that was. But it's just beautiful, isn't it? So hopefully it will be restored to its former glory, you know, soon. So yeah, you've got kind of all of these different background pages. They all obviously tone beautifully together, so they can all be kind of used, you know, either in their entirety or kind of chopped down and used kind of individually. This one here, I'll just put that there, otherwise it's kind of casting a shadow across the page, which is slightly annoying. And then the last two pages, you have this one, which are left kind of much plainer. And then you've got this gorgeous collage page. Again, love the collage pages. They're just such fun. Really love making them and really love kind of using them. So yeah, so you've got, I think it is 11 background pages there, you know, to use for all of your projects and things. So 11 pages of the body of the kit, and then you've got 4 pages containing kind of ephemera type pieces there. So, you know, all obviously available in my Etsy. So let's just very quickly have a bit of a play. So I'm just going to kind of move my raggedy piece of cloth out of the way. Now I have actually been making a journal already with this kit, and I have been teaming it, funnily enough, with my symphony orchestra kit, because I thought the two actually kind of complemented each other really rather nicely. So might just make kind of a couple of pieces that I can obviously pop into that journal. So I'm kind of thinking I'm maybe missing a couple of flips or kind of envelope-y type pieces, something like that. So let's just take this piece here and chop it down. Now these pages have been printed on 160 GSM cardstock. It is that kind of very super smooth one that I talked about before that I ordered from Amazon, which, you know obviously it must be 160 GSM because they couldn't really sell it as that if it wasn't. But to me, it doesn't feel as thick as the normal 160 GSM that I use. Now I'm just going to kind of fold this over. Just going to kind of make just a couple of kind of pieces just to pop into my journal. So I'm just going to bring the journal in. I'm not going to do a flip through or anything because I want to save that obviously until I've kind of completed it. So I'm just going to bring it in and open it up so you can't kind of you know, see kind of some of the pages really. So I'm going to chop this down obviously so that it's smaller onto the page, or actually we could have it sideways on. I do always quite like things kind of sideways for some reason. Well, it's got nice each way, to be honest. So but let's take it like this. I'm just going to kind of fold this over like that. Now I've got a couple of different type of pocket styles in this journal, which, you know, I'm hoping to do tutorials for soon. As soon as I get a chance to do them, I will do. So, you know, although this is a kind of boring style, you know, that I've done before, I have actually got a couple of new style pockets in here as well. So I've just taken that like that. Now just need to decide, do we want it as a kind of fold down flip, which, you know, is always kind of nice, isn't it? Or whether to have it as a kind of more of an envelope, which again is nice. So let's just have a think. Oh, I can't decide. So while I'm just having a think about that, I'm just going to take something to use as a little closure. So I think I'll just take this ticket. Oops. Like that. So I hope you're all having a good day. The sun is not shining here today as I film this, although I know that I'm constantly repeating myself, but I'm trying to get videos in the bag, you know, kind of, so as I've got plenty of videos to upload when I'm then, you know, too busy to kind of film. So although it's not, you know, sunny today as I film, it may well be sunny by the time that I actually upload the video itself. So I might just kind of pop that on there like that. So just, you know, I just happen to have this piece of kind of lace just hanging around that just happened to be kind of the right sort of size. So my glue's literally covered in kind of fabric fibres because I've been playing with the fabric things. There we go. Just kind of stretch that out a little bit and just pop it like that. And then just kind of have that as a little closure. And if we're doing that, I think I'd prefer it as an envelope. So just going to put a thumb hole. You know, again, I mean, it doesn't need a thumb hole, but I quite like them. So just think they're cute, really. So put that down like that. And I'm just going to glue it down on those edges. Like that. And then I will just round my corners. So get my corner rounder. It should be here somewhere. Like that. And then we could have a bit of black lace because I've got a bit of a black theme going on in this journal. So I've got this massively wide black trim, but what I have been doing is kind of trimming it down. Not always, but I mean, obviously if I wanted to use it on a more delicate piece, kind of like this, I would maybe trim it. You know, it doesn't even have to be in half, but just slim it down a bit. So just see whether we want it with the lace or without. Actually, I maybe prefer it without. Yeah, I think I'll go with it without. And I'm just going to glue that down like that. So I might glue it with the hot glue just because then obviously I don't have to kind of, you know, wait for it to dry or weigh it down with anything. It's just done then. Done and dusted. So there we go. Okay. And then if I wanted to have it on a page, I really don't want to kind of do a flip through of this journal. So just trying to be a bit careful so as not to kind of, you know, show the whole journal. Oh, it's pathetic, isn't it? I know. I'm sure not that exciting that I'm having to keep it hidden like it's a state secret or something. But sometimes that's kind of how you feel, isn't it? So yeah, just ignore me, please. Right. So I might pop it on there. We could have a little bit of ruffle or something kind of coming out at the bottom. Now I haven't necessarily inked bits up in this journal. I'm trying my very best. You know, I've talked about this recently where I'm really trying to get away from everything having to be so matchy-matchy. And for me, normally, if I've inked up one piece, that's it. The entire journal for me would have to be inked. I'm trying my very best to not do that and to kind of be a bit more flexible with my approach so that, you know, just because I've inked up one piece, it doesn't mean the entire journal has to be inked up. You know, yeah, I'm really trying to kind of mix it up. So when I do the final flip through of this journal, hopefully you'll see that I have actually, I think, done something quite exciting. For me, I've done something quite exciting, because I am not very good at, kind of, what's the word, like mixing up, throwing in another thing, another dimension. And I have done that on this journal, on the inside of the front and the back cover. So I'm feeling quite kind of pleased with myself at the moment that I've actually finally managed to, you know, just kind of be a bit more adventurous. So we've got that. Now I'm just wondering, don't know whether my fussy cutting skills are quite up to the job, but we'll have a look, because I wondered whether I could just have this rose kind of just poking out somewhere. Like that. Yeah, I'm really trying my very best to not be quite so matchy-matchy, and it's hard, isn't it, to kind of get away from, you know, what your natural kind of leaning is, you know. So for me, it is very much that kind of, oh, if I've only used, you know, I don't know, pink and red, you know, I can't put any blue in there, if you see what I mean. Or if I've, you know, only used coffee dyed paper, I don't want to have any non-coffee dyed paper in there. And I'm really trying my best to stop that, because when I watch other people's videos, you know, people are so brilliant at matching up, not matching up, sorry, well, that's precisely it, at not matching up things and making them look awesome. So, you know, I'm trying my best to kind of go outside my comfort zone, and yeah, it's hard actually to challenge yourself to move away from, you know, your natural kind of pull, isn't it? Now I've obviously got this straight edge here where it was kind of on the edge. Oh, now after all that, I don't really like that there. But I could have that opposite, because I do quite like it there. So perhaps I'll do that. Right. Let's go for this, shall we? So I'm going to glue this down like a top loading pocket. And again, just for speed, I'm going to go with the hot glue, because then that's nice and quick, kind of to stick it down, you know, nice and sort of thoroughly, you know, I know it's stuck and I don't have to then hold it for hours, which obviously that's pretty boring, isn't it, for you guys? So there we go. And then I'm going to, I think, have this rose over here, because that kind of just, I've just that second been saying I'm going to stop doing the matchy-matchy and kind of, you know. And then my next thing was, oh, I'm going to put this over here because it matches perfectly and picks it up. Well, hopefully when I do the flip through of this journal, you will see that, you know, despite that, I have done something pretty exciting for me and quite kind of radical for me on the inside of the covers. So yeah, I'm sure you're all really excited to see what I've done, but for me it was quite exciting and quite daring. So there we go. Right, so we've got that one over there, we've got the pocket down, and then I'm going to pop this bit of ruffle down here, and I've just got this bow, which, if you can see, this is really beautiful ribbon. It's ivory with kind of very pale, not very pale, sorry, with brown polka dots. It's really pretty. Can't seem to get this ribbon anymore. And I don't think I've got any left. I've got a couple of bows left that I've made with it, but I can't seem to find it anywhere anymore, which is such a shame because it's so cute, isn't it? I really do love it, but yeah, I can't even say where I got it from because I've had it in my stash for such a long time. And obviously, you know, even the bows that I've made, I'm going to leave those threads, I think. Even the bows that I've made, I've had them for a really long time, kind of made. And I just kind of spotted one in my little, you know, jar of bows and thought, oh, that just looks like it would go perfectly on there. So there we go. Yeah, it's gorgeous ribbon. Right, so that looks really pretty. And then what I will do is just take one of the tags here. Oops. Just take one of the tags and then I need to decide whether I want to kind of pop any lace or anything at the top of it, or whether to kind of thread something through it. Oh, I can't decide. I can't decide. Or perhaps I'll just keep this one simple and just pop some ribbon through. Shall I? Or shall I just pop a bit of lace on here? Oh, I might pop the lace on actually. Sorry, very indecisive today for some reason. Right. So we'll just pop that lace on. See if there's a right and a wrong side. And again, I'm just going to hot glue this just for speed. So we'll just pop that down like that. And then a bit more here. Now I've got hardly any as my actual tab, look. Oh well. Oh well, that will have to do, hopefully. There we go. And that can just go in like that. So, you know, really cute little double page spread there. So I'm just wondering what other pages I've got left to do, because I have actually done quite a lot of pages. And I'm not sure as I actually need kind of any other bits. So just have a look through. Right, well I guess the one other thing that I did think we could do, actually, let's just cut out the booklet. Obviously these ones are my pieces that I have been working with to create this journal, hence I obviously had, you know, the two sets printed out in case you thought, well, that's strange, that was a full-size sheet a moment ago. You're probably really not paying that much attention, to be honest. I don't know really why I'm waffling on, but you know, kind of just sometimes I feel the need to explain every little thing, because I just think, oh, if anyone is watching that closely, they'll wonder why I've now suddenly got little bits, you know. And I'm sure you're really not that bothered, but I always just feel the need then to explain. Right, so that's that little booklet that we were kind of talking about. So really cute. And then what you could do is obviously add some more pages into there. So perhaps we'll just kind of pop a couple of pages in. Now I wonder if these are going to be a bit too thick. It's annoying because as much as I don't feel like this is quite 160, I do feel it's kind of too thick for just having as kind of extra pages, which is a shame. Let's have a look and see kind of what that would look like, whether it is too thick, because it might just kind of bulk it out too much. Just have a look. Well, it might be okay. Oh, it might be okay, so perhaps we'll do that. So just put that down a bit. And then what we could do is just, you know, again, I mean, obviously I haven't got my sewing machine here, so I'm just going to staple this in place. I mean, you know, to be honest, I don't mind whether they're stapled or whether they're stitched. I think either are super cute, and you know, I don't think there's a lot in it, to be honest. But I mean, obviously if I had my sewing machine here, I would have probably used my sewing machine, but I think it's perfectly nice like that. So you've got a little tiny booklet there, and again, I mean, you could just put kind of a bit of lace down the side. You could cover up your staples, you know, if that were bothering you. So let's just quickly do that. You know, it's not bothering me, but because this is kind of a process part of the video, I want you to feel that you've had some process rather than just not really doing anything very interesting at all, I suppose. So there we go. And then we'll just do a little bit on the other side. And again, I mean, I'm just using the hot glue because obviously it's nice and fast. And when you're doing a video, you know, the last thing people want to do is watch me having to kind of, you know, clip things together and wait for things to dry. So it's just nice and easy, you know, when you're doing a video, to just use things that make things speedier. So there we go. So just a really simple little booklet there. So again, I mean, I could tuck that in kind of behind there. And actually I totally forgot, but we've obviously got the what do you call it, the envelope itself. So this journaling card here might be a bit big for that, but we'll see. I feel like I've waffled on during this video, and now actually at a point where I can't really remember what I've been saying. So I apologise if I've actually waffled on and none of it's even made any sense, because I feel like that could have happened. So that could just go, oops, in there like that. Yeah, that is a little bit on the tight side. Not too much, so I wonder if we could just trim it down. If not, obviously we can trim, or you know, we can cut one of the other ones to pop in there instead. I just thought colour-wise this one was rather nice because it's the same colour as the, you know, the ticket that holds it closed. So there we go. So really quick and easy, looks super cute. Yeah, really kind of happy with that page now, and really didn't take very, you know, long to kind of put that together. So hope that you like it. I hope you like the new kit, and I will look forward to kind of doing a flip through of this journal when it's complete, which obviously then, you know, properly kind of showcases the kit to its full extent. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you all again soon. Thanks then. Bye.